welcome back to another episode of the TB&J podcast. With me today is Troy Brittingham.
Hello, hello.
And D.
Still here,
right back to back. And I'm Jeff. We're doing some small, teeny bitty coverage on San Diego Comic-Con because a lot just fucking came out. And let's just jump right into it. Just fucking jump right into it. First things first.
Not even worthy of a theme song.
Nah, fuck it.
no theme song.
We're going fast and loose, no protection. Shazam! Fury of the Gods. Boom. Happened.
This is the thumbs down for me, although for a trailer. A very boring, very weak trailer. Loved the first movie.
Yes, that's how it felt for me as well. Shazam 1, I haven't seen the whole thing because I'm terrible, but I will fucking watch it. I do love Zachary Levi. I think he's a great Shazam, and I know Shazam was one of the more well-reviewed movies in the original DC universe.
Probably the best reviewed.
I've got hope for part 2. And then we got fucking Black Adam. New trailer dropped.
Couldn't care less about Black Adam.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't care a whole lot, but this is Black Adam's going to be the official new start of the Justice Society and the DCEU.
Man, I got to be serious with you. There literally was no one else better that could have played Namor in the Wakanda Forever movie than The Rock. That would have been the great role in the traditional looking.
Yeah, that's
thing.
absolutely true.
So, I like
and they're literally the same character. You get that, right? Black Adam is their Namor.
Yes. I have a question for you.
Yes.
So in the Comic-Con version that they showed on stage, there was a red horned villain revealed in Black Adam, but that horned villain
Mephisto.
was cut from the internet trailer. So who is it? I don't know.
Red Tornado.
Is that a real guess?
Don't think that he has horns.
But he's horny.
I don't know. I haven't heard anything about this.
Yeah, apparently people saw it in Hall H or whatever hall they were in, and they didn't fucking show it to the rest of us.
Could be. What's that one guy? He's not red, but they're...
Who's Raven's dad?
Oh, Trigon? It could be Trigon.
So we're the adversary for Black Adam.
In some quick Google foo, Sabek is a good guess. That
No
people on the internet are
clue
saying?
who that is.
Well, now if it's not Trigon, I'm disappointed.
Meh.
Yeah,
He's a mortal being empowered by a number of celestial
if
beings.
you're gonna DC continues to make awesome 90s superhero movies. This is just this. You know what this movie? Black Adam looks exactly as cool as the Iron Man trailer looked in 2008, where they did that same scene of him up against flying with the with the. I'm
curious to see how it goes because Black Adam was supposed to be a bad guy in the comics.
Yes,
and this is very much like an anti-hero movie in the style of the Great Morbius.
Well, over time
I've literally watched this trailer for The Rock in 17 different movies.
Yep.
Well, that's because it got pushed around because they had to do some shuffling because of the Ezra Miller Flash nonsense. They don't know what's going on with
this
that.
This movie's done on arrival, no? Is it? Aren't all these things they're gonna see if people are just oh fucking Black Adam, oh my god, they're gonna see if they have a literal gush foo over Black Adam, and I just, the thing is that they're gonna be fine. They're gonna push these movies just enough to keep fucking making and they're just gonna get more until they squeeze them out.
I only like it in the sense that I'm interested in seeing some of the kind of not more obscure but B-listers of
exactly.
like a Dr. Fate's in this and stuff like that. But I'm that's not enough to get me excited for Black Adam. I'm just excited to not see Batman and Superman anymore.
Sure, and that's the thing. DC, I love their comics so much, but they've been floundering their cinematic universe forever. I don't know how.
Hit and miss. Every now and then, there's one the Suicide Squad.
To the point where now, literally, what I'm looking at is okay, you have this Black Adam, anti-hero type character. Let's pretend that DC has done nothing, and they just come out with this, Iron Man did. Right? Let's just say this is our Iron Man, right? It's gonna be that. So they introduce. Who? Dr. Fate,
Hawkman,
and this isn't that what Marvel did
Atom
with the Avengers?
Smasher.
No one knew. I mean,
that's true.
You kind of knew Captain America, Thor, and Iron. You kind of knew these guys and all that stuff. But what do? They take.
None of them were Spider-Man.
But literally, Dr. Fate, I swear he put up an energy and it's a mirror dimension thing, and I'm
Well,
You're
yeah.
literally pulling the Doctor Strange
they
same,
are literally
almost
the same
aesthetic.
character.
Like it's literally not his main aesthetic. Usually they do the rune stuff, but like they also do a mirror dimension thing, and I'm like, you just get it. How about some Kirby crackle or something? like just like the first person who decides to do real Kirby crackle as CGI, I'm gonna fucking love it because I fucking love Kirby crackle. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do.
I fucking like good Kirby crackle is like heroin to me. I'm like, oh, look at that crackle! Look at that good Kirby crackle!
I
Like
think
good
that's
Kirby
what
crackle
addicts
is the
call
shit.
heroin.
It is literally Kirby crackle is so cool. Sometimes like I used to love like as a kid when there was like a good Kirby crackle going on a thing. Like Rob Liefeld had some good Kirby crackle. He did some good Kirby crackle for some characters, and it was joyous. And I would have liked that. Had that would have made me, that alone would have made me watch this dumb movie.
Okay.
But no, I'll probably end up going seeing it with you guys because I probably
We'll probably see it for this.
I like
Yes,
The Rock.
for sure.
I like The
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care. I'm saying that I've seen that exact same. You killed my family, and I don't care about any of this anymore. And I'm not like and I'm a badass. That is literally every trailer for his movie, and I do not get sick of it. This is the equivalent of Arnold Schwarzenegger being like doing T2 and then just being like, I refuse to play anything else but a destroying robot. Like, I refuse to play any other character set. He's sexless, right?
Do you want to do another
this is the
True
craziest
Lies?
thing.
No.
This is the craziest thing about The Rock. You realize he is a sexless being, right? He's a sexless being with progeny in almost every movie.
Yeah.
He eschews every romantic relationship from a woman. He has usually partnerships with female characters that he does not escalate into any kind of romance. Like he at best has a couple scenes where people are impressed with his body and he shrugs it off and goes away, and he only cares about his child. That is all of his.
You're not wrong.
He is a sexless character. He is a literal Ken doll.
Yeah, basically.
He is a
Back to
mountain-
Ryan
He's
Gosling.
a mountain of a Ken doll.
Okay, so I don't want to get too wrapped up because I know you boys can in talking about Marvel for hours. But so I am going to rapid fire off everything coming,
Right.
and you're going to pick your top 3 that you're most excited for. You ready?
Okay.
Or should we do thumbs up, thumbs down as
No,
just
no,
off
okay.
title?
Fuck it. No.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
All right, so Phase 4 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe is ending with Black Panther this fall and She-Hulk this August before that, okay? That will conclude Phase 4. Phase 5
Interesting.
is as follows in order of release. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. We got Secret Invasion coming next spring.
That is not an order of release.
According to this, yes it is.
No, it isn't.
Yes it is.
You're just wrong.
I'm literally looking at this on the website.
Okay. So wait, what is the next thing coming out?
After all the
She-Hulk.
She-Hulk, yeah. I'm saying Phase 5
Then after She-Hulk
is Wakanda Forever.
Okay.
I'm saying
In
Phase
November.
5 starting next year.
In November. Okay. And then after November starts.
So they're not going to get Fantastic Four in for Phase 4? I thought that was the whole
There's
point
no
of
way.
extending
They said
this so
they
long.
said Fantastic Four, the Kang Dynasty, Avengers, and then they end with Avengers. It didn't make any sense for me to jump to
So that's Phase 6. I'm going into Phase 5 first. They announced Phase 5.
They're not the Fantastic Six.
Shut up. Phase 5 begins with Ant-Man and the Wasp, and then
When?
it goes to February 17th next year.
February. Okay.
Phase 5. Okay. Avengers that you're thinking of is Phase 6. This is Phase 5.
Go on to the next thing you're saying.
Ant-Man and the Wasp, then Secret Invasion, then Guardians 3.
Secret Invasion. Gotcha.
You're
Yes.
thinking Secret Wars?
Yes. Then Guardians 3, and then Echo, and then The Marvels, and then Loki Season 2, and then we got Blade November 3rd, then we got Ironheart, undetermined, but it's in the fall. Then we got Agatha, The Coven of Chaos, winter 2023/2024. Then Daredevil, Born Again. It's an 18-episode series.
18 fucking episodes.
Yep.
I am terrified of that.
That is
Wait,
spring
18
2024
Episodes,
You're
18
gonna-
episodes for what?
for Daredevil.
Huh.
Daredevil gets 18 episodes, spring 2024. And then Captain America, New World Order, May 3rd.
There's no
and
way.
then Thunderbolts, July 26, 2024.
There's no way that I can commit to an 18-episode season of anything. 18 fucking episodes? There's no way we would cover that, right? We're going to do that in chunks.
Yeah.
If we cover it all.
So Phase 6 that you're thinking of was unveiled, which will begin with Fantastic Four, which is November 2024. And then we're going to get 2 Avengers movies in 2025. The first is the Kang Dynasty, and the second is going to be Secret Wars. Fucking Fantastic Four is in the Marvel Universe. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Where are the X-Men?
I don't care.
They announced
I
they
agree.
announced a Fantastic Four movie literally this time last year, and
I think I remember us talking about
they've
it.
literally done the same thing again.
That was
They've
like their
given-
big
they've
thing.
given-
They were talking
they've-
about Phase 4, and then they showed the big 4 at the back at the end of it.
Yeah, this is such a big. They just clearly failed at getting this in to this whatever they could call this phase.
Mm.
Oh, also, sidebar. Spider-Man
get into
freshman year comes out next year on Disney+.
Okay, I didn't see anything for that. Like, I didn't see any. I saw some stills. Did you guys see
It's
anything?
just stills at this point, but
Okay.
it's an animated
So
Spider-Man
it
show
looks-
with Daredevil in it.
It looks like Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends level animation, like the meme animation.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
the meme animation, right? So, I don't know if this got some kind of hype, but I'm just sitting there like, are they doing a BoJack Horseman thing? Are they doing a thing with this? Like, is it like because like I'm like, why would you do that animation style just for shits
Right?
and
Is it
gillies?
intentionally supposed to be bad?
Like, is this supposed to
Could
be a
be.
thing? Like, and I'm just so intrigued by like the spider. Like, they're
the
doing
X-Men are doing the similar thing, right?
X-Men 97 comes out in
That
2023.
is a whole other level. There's some other news.
Also,
out of,
Marvel Zombies, you guys.
Oh
Who's
my God, I
excited
don't-
for
well,
that?
Actually, well, listen. This is actually Robert Kirkman's Marvel Zombies, which is supposedly a very good series. And I know that sounds crazy, but like apparently I've heard time and again, people, and I've read a little bit of synopsis of some of the stuff, and I'm like, all right, that's intriguing. Like, so it's literally like you take the Marvel Zombies characters and like basically you're on the zombie side. And it's them being like, what do we do? And it's them literally coming together as superheroes, as zombies, to like figure out this problem of like, well, we've eaten everybody. Like, like what do we do? And like they have to figure it like so. Apparently, it's like it is a very different take, and I think like fine, cool. Let's see where that like I'm sure the mass public can see that, sure. But the X-Men stuff. 2 things about the X-Men stuff. X-Men stuff.
What are you most excited for before you get too far gone?
Wakanda Forever.
Wakanda Forever?
That was the absolute.
Troy?
Wakanda Forever, 100%. I thought we were doing top 3.
We can do top 3. Wakanda Forever. What else are you excited for?
I'm gonna say Blade. I think for some reason is
A
Blade
lot of
a
people
movie?
are saying
is
Blade.
Blade a movie
Blade is
or
a movie.
series? Okay,
Movie.
yeah, movie. I'm more excited about. Yes.
You?
Me? Oh, thanks, buddy. Ant-Man. Ant-Man,
Okay.
Captain America.
Did you see the trailer for that one?
I did.
They have a leak.
Quantum Mania, yeah.
They have a leak for it. Did you guys see
Ant-Man,
the
Captain America,
I did
and
not
then Daredevil. Those are my top
Did you guys
3.
hear
Captain
see the
America
leak?
and Daredevil. Interesting for you.
Yes. So I've come full circle on the Captain America thing. When we originally watched the Marvel movies
racist
years
now?
ago, yes, years ago when we watched Captain America, I was kind of out on him, and now I'm fully on board, and I can't wait for Captain America: New World Order. That title has me sold already.
you know this
I'm
is gonna be
confident
Falcon,
they're
right?
going to change that name, but okay.
Could be. And I've been really big on Ant-Man ever since it came out because I fucking love Paul Rudd, and you took this character I had no idea about and made me love him.
I like both Ant-Man movies,
Yeah, Ant-Man movies are great. I like a good heist.
and this one's supposed to have Kang allegedly.
Also, Guardians 3, final Guardians movie.
That's probably for the best.
You think so?
100% for the best.
I can't think
If the Groot, I Am Groot trailer is any indication, like
I Am Groot just looks bad.
yeah. Although
They're just trying to sell me more toys.
I'm fine with most of that. Because like you know what, I watched the Baymax show and I really enjoyed that.
yeah, it's gonna be the same thing as that pretty much.
Yeah, I imagine so. Although a Rocket's apparently in it, and what's his face is coming back for it. Do the voice of Rocket.
Mm-hmm.
Did I
Bradley
tell you
Cooper.
about my Disneyland experience?
You did.
Did I do it on the podcast?
I think so.
All I'm saying is that like the Guardians of the Galaxy version.
Yes, you did tell the story.
Escape is 100% worth going to Disneyland for. And there's a whole rocket animatronic sequence that is totally fun and really neat. Either way, I like that he's just doing Danny DeVito the entire time.
What else are you excited for, D?
So Wakanda Forever is the thing. I watched this trailer a million times. I'm beyond excited for it. I watched a whole progression. I literally can like tell you if I'm watching a reaction on a YouTuber watching the trailer, if it's a genuine reaction or not, because there was like an hour where people started seeing that people were like really getting hits from like, because I was actively searching for reaction videos, so people were like, oh, we got to do the Wakanda Forever, fuck, like, and they're clearly like, oh, I don't know what to expect, and you can just hear them acting like going through like they already they know they're supposed to like be tearful, and so like no, but I was like on it, like people were like. There was a ton of people that, and then when you find the genuine ones, it's like gold. You're like, this guy doesn't know what he's about to see, and he's like, oh, what the fuck? And like, so many guys just like wiping their eyes, like they're just wiping their eyes, and they're not wrong to. Like it is. Mm-hmm. I love any sequence moment, whether it's a trailer, in a movie, and TV show, whatever. That I watch all that stuff to give me chills. Like that's what I want to. I want to feel it, and that's what that made me feel time and again watching it over and again.
Are you saying you didn't have chills during The Gray Man?
I did not have chills.
The wild thing is everything I've heard about like the pre-production and like the production of this movie, and like all the fucking shit behind it and Chadwick Boseman and everything. It literally, if you told me the day before this trailer came out, how like, hey, what do you think about Black Panther 2? I'm gonna be like, it's gonna be a train wreck. I watched the trailer and I'm like, that's good. It's gonna be pretty good.
Might be one of my favorite.
It's gonna be pretty solid.
This is a couple of things I want to note about that trailer. Like, first of all, it is beautiful. First of all, second of all, it doesn't. Coogler is a great director and is able to use sunflares in a way that J.J. Abrams can only wish, because they're not chintzy. They're real. Like, he gets moments. Like there's a shot of Shiri, the actress, like where she like is like half swallowing in a shape, and I've watched it so many times. It's like real viscer, and like, come on, how could it not be? Like, they literally like arrive on set and they're like, Chadwick Boseman has died, and like, we're not gonna, like, that's like essentially the story here, and we have to restart from scratch. How's the story gonna go? So it's this wide open storyline that can go in literally any direction. You have literally no idea, because they didn't have any idea going into it. This is the most potential for a movie. Secondly, the biggest criticism of Black Panther 1 is just this like horrendous CGI, and it looks chintzy and weird. That looked like a real movie. That looked like a serious like Black Hawk Down movie, or like a realistic movie that had a couple elements. And every single shot, like when you see that whale with all the Atlanteans on, like,
because Namor's in the movie. We didn't talk about Namor. Namor's in there.
Like, the first time I watched it, I didn't know what I was watching, and I was just watching it, and I didn't even recognize. I knew vaguely that Namor would be this, and like didn't register to the second time I watched it. I'm like, oh, and there's a ton of shots of Namor, and he looks, and they're doing this whole Aztec thing with them, and it's like, oh,
they didn't just do white guy in a Speedo.
I'm like, he's literally gonna be, he's gonna be very much so the same character that Killmonger was in the first one. He's gonna be another wronged dude who's like, you fucked with my like, and I'm going to like retaliate, which only leads me to like have like the biggest hard on for like, if you can bring fucking Michael B. Jordan back to be Black Panther, that has to be basically fighting his self from the first movie, I might like lose my mind. Like it, like because you can go with Shiri, and I could see like a whole, I could see them having multiple characters wear the Black Panther outfit throughout this movie. I would really like if they settled on someone by the end, and if that person was Michael B. Jordan, because it is so poetic, it is so perfect. I love him. I love everything about it. I love the poetry of it. It's all beautiful for it.
I've often
a beautiful trailer.
I've often said I think Michael B. Jordan's one of the best actors in Hollywood at the moment. I love Michael B. Jordan.
And come on now, a reformed Killmonger as going up against this, him having to make Chadwick's argument to the villain of this movie from like is the best because you know what you're gonna do, what's gonna happen. You see what it is. I can almost tell you that speech which she gives, which like she kills this speech. Just that little that bravado in her voice. Like, I give it everything. Like that whole thing. Everyone in my family is gone. It's just chilling, right? And I think that's gonna be an early speech that she gives in the beginning of the movie during the blip, when both Shuri and Black Panther are dead. And I think that's gonna be because the governments of the world are gonna be saying, we need your help. We need more of your technology. We need your stuff. And she's going to be like, my entire family's gone. Haven't I given you everything? And that's what's going to be a thing. And they're going to start to search for that shit on their own. And that's what you see, like, taking them over. And what I think is there's going to be some kind of explosion or problem because of that in the sea, right? You show like some kind of underwater facility. I think they were mining their, what did they call it? Vibranium. And there's going to be some kind of act, and they're going to blame Wakanda for it. You're going to see this big battle there. You're going to see, the Wakandans are going to have to take the stance of humanity. Like, they're going to be the bulkhead of humanity for them, and it's going to be a battle between that. And it's going to be the same fight as before, just now they're the oppressors, quote unquote, because they're going to be roped into that. And that's why it's a perfect symmetry to this next thing. And I'm like, if you can bring Michael B. Jordan back for that, I'm like all in. And I don't think that's even that scene we saw with the Black Panther. I think that absolutely looks like a female in the suit. So if that's the only person to don the suit, I think that's almost guaranteed to be Shuri or whatever that character or female. But I'm willing to bet there's more than one character wearing it, and I really hope they end on Michael B. Jordan because that's the poetry I want.
That sounds awesome. Moving on to the rest of Comic-Con.
That was.
I don't give a fuck.
I'm
sorry.
Worst,
I don't give a fuck.
Why?
I just don't give a fuck, man. I watched Black Panther and I thought it was one of the weaker Marvel movies.
It was.
Wild.
And I just don't give a fuck about this trailer.
Yeah.
And I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Wow, man. You're
all right. Moving on. Rest of Comic-Con. I'm going to rapid fire. We got John Wick 4. We got... What else is here? Lord of the Rings series on Amazon Prime Video. Anybody excited for that?
No one. The only thing exciting is Wakanda Forever, man, and you're just dead inside.
That's not true at all. There was a lot of fun things.
It really was nothing nearly that good.
Well, the D&D movie looks great.
Literally all that's
that good.
No one's talking about anything else of Wakanda Forever, and you're just dead inside. I'm worried about you.
I've seen the trailer, and I just shrugged. I was like, all right, cool. This is going to be a new Black Panther movie.
Well, I am in a lot of crowds that are talking about the Dungeons & Dragons movie, but they're only talking about specific things, and it's not the rest of the movie, unfortunately.
What are they talking about?
So the movie itself, I thought, looks pretty good. It's Chris Pine, and it looks fine. It looks probably like it's going to be pretty fun.
It looks fine.
I can't do this stuff anymore.
Sure.
That's the issue. Is like it's almost creating the opposite reaction. And I want it to. Mm-hmm. I want it to get to a point where I'm like, no, it's not good enough, Chris Pine. I don't know what to do. Like, Chris Pine, you're beautiful. I love you. You're great. You can twiddle. You can play the fiddle, and I love that. I love all. No, do something else, because it's like stop being fucking cute. Like, just be real. Make me feel something. Come on.
Well, listen. Everybody who was like big in the Dungeons and Dragons community. Everybody there
hates this.
No, actually,
do they like it?
People do like it.
People like it. They're getting a little nitpicky about how things operate.
So the way you were talking about when we were talking about Kenobi, and you were talking about like nobody cares about the hyperspace.
As simple as you can, because not everyone knows exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. So like, when in Star Wars you were criticizing when we were criticizing like the really minute like details of the universe where it's like, oh, when they jump to hyperspace, this doesn't make any sense, and you're like, nobody cares about that.
Yeah.
This is there is a druid in the movie, and druids in D&D, their main thing is they can turn into animals. This character in the movie, who is a tiefling who's supposed to look like a devil person, but kind of just looks like a person with horns, which is kind of a fair criticism. They look a little boring. Nobody cares. I don't think. Yeah, people are making it a much bigger deal.
This person.
This character turns into an owlbear, which is like a fun.
I remember this scene.
Yeah, like a fun D&D iconic character. And people are pointing out that like in the rulebook, technically a druid shouldn't be able to turn into an owlbear, and it's like, yeah, but who
gives
cares?
a fuck? It's fun.
If they turned into a bear, it's less fantasy. Like it's just like a whole thing, and people are really losing their
You know
mind
that
over
feeling
that.
you feel? That's what I'm feeling right now.
No. I get that criticism.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why do the fucking then why do make it Dungeons and Dragons? Like, follow the rules or don't.
Well,
like,
the thing is that they sort of tried to use this to make it more Dungeons and Dragons, because owlbears are a Dungeons and Dragons original creation, and they wanted to use that as, this is a thing that can turn into animals. This is technically an animal in the world. They tried to double on it.
yeah, they're trying to double up on it. And it's like, that's worse. That's like saying, like, hey, we have Namor and he has all these abilities. Let's mix it with Mr. Fantastic and then we'll have a better character. Like, that's exactly the opposite of what you want.
I don't know.
I get that criticism.
Yeah.
I get that one. That's dumb. I just thought it looked like they were trying to do. They're doing a heist movie. They're doing Ocean's 11. They're doing Guardians of the Galaxy in Dungeons and Dragons, and I felt that was. I'm all for the leverage group. Like I've petitioned for the Firefly cast and everything forever, and it's definitely worn its welcome at this point. I'm just like you're gonna introduce here's our muscle and here's the smarts and here's the brains and they literally lampshade the entire thing of like, you're the guy that comes up with crappy plans or.
Mm-hmm.
It was just so middling. Like, I was like, I'm surprised it's not on Netflix.
I think I was just surprised because going into this trailer, people were saying there's a Dungeons and Dragons movie coming out, and everybody collectively went, please God, no. And then I saw the trailer and I went, it looks fine, which is way better than I thought.
The font looks like it's.
Well, they're just using the same font.
They are, but like, they're not. They're that. Is that really what's on like a kid's
That's
version
literally
of the box
on
in
the box,
1983?
yeah.
It's on a box that you can.
They haven't changed it at all.
Nope. Why would you?
And it's to the point where you notice, like, oh, now I see kind of where they changed things. Like, there are definitely some things where I'm like, no, that's iconic. That's what it's supposed to be, and I guess that's what they were going for. But it just looks cheesy and low budget. That's what it looks like to me.
I don't know. I'm a big Dungeons and Dragons person. And
I liked Mortal Kombat, and I think they amped it up in the movie version. It was like, it looks cooler now.
I did not like it.
We will see what the critics think in March 2023.
It'll probably be fine. This is my prediction.
Fine
so-
is bad.
Other news:
Yeah.
the new National Treasure movie that was supposed to be a full
didn't
release
see this
got
one.
canned.
I did not see
and
this.
Disney Plus picked it up instead. So now Disney is going to put
That's how you know it's good.
the new National Treasure movie on Disney Plus instead of in theaters. It's
Now
called
is-
Edge of History.
Is it true that this is not Nicolas Cage?
I believe so.
I don't give a shit.
The new
It's
star
no,
is
it's
Lizette
seriously
Oliveira.
like, okay, how would you like National Treasure? Okay, without Nicolas Cage. Oh my gosh! Like, you mean just Doug from The Hangover? Like,
So
is it
there
him?
was
Is
supposed
it just
to be
him? Please just be him.
No, there was supposed to be a new National Treasure movie. As far as I know, it has been shelved indefinitely, and this is a spin-off called National Treasure: Edge of History, and it's starring a woman named Lizette Oliveira.
I love spin-offs.
So it's out soon in quotes, but they didn't say exactly
If
when.
it's not Nicolas Cage, it's just a generic adventure movie.
Yeah. Speaking of House of Dragon, the official trailer came out right before Comic-Con.
My uncle said it was coming out soon back in the 80s.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Here he is, still in the closet.
So Game of Thrones has their House of Dragon series coming out in August. I am tentatively excited because I love Game of Thrones, but they shit on the bed so hard at the end of the show it left a bad taste in my mouth.
I am willing to watch an episode or 3.
I'm willing to
What about
watch until they disappoint me.
I will watch until my favorite podcasters stop covering it.
Hey, that's us, right?
No.
Jesus, okay.
Yeah, bright and shiny smiles and hating Wakanda Forever. I wouldn't listen to you after this.
That's fair, fine. Terry Crews is in Tales of the Walking Dead. Anybody excited for that?
No.
I still hope that this is a long con from The Walking Dead, who in their final season of The Walking Dead announced multiple spin-offs starring the majority of the main characters of their current series, like Daryl and Carol, and like
Rick and Michonne.
Michonne. No, Rick is. He bailed. They're gonna do a movie though. No, they're doing like all. So I'm just like, so none of all of these characters are guaranteed to survive to the end of your flagship series. Like, you're just telling us months in advance that this is gonna, because I'm just gonna finish it out, right? I'm looking like Walking Dead, the final season. I'm gonna do it. Favorite podcasters are covering it. They actually have like a good run.
That's
of,
us, right?
They have a good run of 7 episodes.
No.
They have a good run of like 7 episodes. I'm gonna give it 7. Where I'm like, this is an intriguing story. It's done well. Hey, whoa, shit, that was scary. Couple, like I swear to you, season like 10, 11 or some shit like that. It's like there's good shit in it, and it kind of tricked me into like watching it. And we're just gonna end it now, and then it just got bad again, and now it's finally gonna be over. I don't care. I don't even know what's happening. I don't care, but I will watch it. But the fact that I know already hate watching this, that I'm gonna watch like the last, like that no one I care and I own about is it. All of them are guaranteed to survive. There's zero tension.
Unless it's the greatest long con of all time.
Unless it's the greatest long con of all time, because Terry Crews is in one of these spinoffs, and I'm just like, that sounds like exactly what you'd be like, Terry Crews, like in Walking Dead, the tale, like Tales of the Walking. Like I would be
kill
like,
him off in the trailer.
Okay, like this seems like over the top ridiculous. Yeah, that's best long con ever. What if every single one of those characters die? I'd be like, this is fucking great. I will come in here and tell you how great the finale of The Walking Dead was, and you'll know that everybody's dead, and it fucking and it was visceral and horrible and great, and a great long con. But if that's not the case, which it definitely is not,
all right,
then it's gonna suck.
2 more things I want to touch on, and I don't think you guys care about either. Anne Rice's Interview with the Vampire is getting a series on AMC. I was a big fan in high school of Anne Rice. I don't think either of you give a fucking shit. Is that a joke?
I would have, if you asked me while you were in high school.
Yeah.
Do I like Anne Rice? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. I wore a fedora.
You've dabbled.
Yeah, Anne Rice, I love her work. And Interview with a Vampire is getting a series. I'm really excited. I hope they don't fuck it up. And finally, I don't think either of you have heard about this, but there is a new show on FX and Hulu called Little Demon. No?
I don't think
so it's an animated comedy show for adults. Think Rick and Morty-ish. But it's starring Danny DeVito as Satan and Aubrey Plaza as the main character. And that's all I heard, and I'm sold.
You could have reversed that. I would still be just as intrigued.
Exactly. It'll be streaming on Hulu August 25th.
You really said Danny DeVito, and it was downhill from there. Uphill?
Aubrey Plaza is not downhill from Danny.
It was
DeVito.
No.
It was.
I more meant.
It was downhill of you convincing me to watch it.
Yeah. It knocked down all of our walls, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, so that streams on Hulu August 25th. I think it's worth at least a cursory watch.
If you had said Aubrey Plaza is the devil and Danny DeVito is the protagonist, I'd be like, oh, that sounds interesting too. I would watch both those shows.
Yeah, well, we
if
can
it was
watch
just Danny DeVito and Aubrey Plaza sitting in a room talking to each other, and it wasn't animated, and there was no plot.
Well, only one of those shows is real, and it's the one where Danny DeVito is Satan, and it'll be on Hulu August 25th.
Plot twist.
Real for now.
Sure. That is it.
Season 2 is just the same season in reverse. I would watch it. Fuck. I should be on TV.
There's a movie called Barbarian coming out.
Who cares?
Wait a
minute. Which one is that? Which
horror movie that looks like it will tap into the fears of everyone who's ever stayed
maybe
in
somebody cares?
I watched a lot of these trailers. I saw Barbarian. I don't recall what it is. All I remember is that it, like, at no point do you understand why it's called Barbarian.
Cool.
I'm just saying that, like, I was like intrigued, and I'm like, oh, what's this? This is cool. And then it was like Barbarian. I'm like, why?
It's like
there was nothing to lead you to Barbarian conclusions. Anyway.
That's it, really. I'm looking at yeah, that's pretty much it.
Smile. Smile looked like a creepy horror movie.
we saw that for before Nope.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This is just Comic Con stuff I was looking at.
Comic Con?
Comic Con, Comic Con, Comic Long.
So, everybody,
Comic
you
schlong.
should let us know if you want us to do our the TBJers.
The TBJers.
The TBJers.
Work and title title.
Can either of you speak?
The TBJers, the Tubi Fairs are the TB&J award show, where we will cover the big winners and big losers of the year.
Nice. That concludes anything from Comic Con. I'm sorry, you guys. I just don't give a fuck about Wakanda Forever. Maybe when we
bad
see it,
person.
it'll change my mind. But I mean, they already sold their tickets. They did their job. That's all they need. Anyway, that was it. There is no ending song, so I'm just going to end it abruptly by saying goodbye and enjoy your day, everybody.
La, 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 la.